Here with Carson Kvapil, officially the 2023 Cars Tour Late Model Stock Series champion. You are now a two-time champion, joining Bobby McCarty as the only drivers to ever win multiple of these titles. What does that mean to you, Carson?
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, this series is as hard as they get, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people would agree. Just this year alone, I feel like the competition that's joined from last year is greatly raised for sure, especially with that 03 car. Those guys week in and week out were always tough, and we got into it once or twice, but for the most part, it's been pretty clean between me and him. So good job to them tonight winning this feature race. But we just had a really good, consistent season. We came home with 5 wins, more than we did last year, and I don't think we ever DNF'd once. So it was just really good. I was really satisfied. Brian had it tuned up week in and week out. This weekend it was on me, so can't blame him for our 11th place finish tonight. But it's awesome. I'm super excited. It's cool to join Bobby as a repeat winner. Me and Bobby become good friends, and he's a hardcore racer. So to be almost to his level is pretty cool.
So obviously you said this weekend was on you and not the car. Throughout the race, you guys didn't have the run that you were hoping for today. Was there ever a thought in your mind that, okay, I just need to back down and be conservative here to bring this thing home?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it got to, like how I looked at it before the race, it was kind of one of those deals where it was like, if we carve through the front and by lap 50 we're running 3rd or 4th, then it's like, okay, we're going to race for the win and have the championship still in the back of our mind, obviously. But it got to the point where it was about lap 25, and I think I'd gained a few spots from 14th, and it was like, man, I'm not gonna be good at the end of the race, I guess you could say, good enough to win or go for the win. So it just got to a point where I try to make up some positions on a start or get by somebody, and then just kind of ride, just try to take care of the right rear tire and just hold on to it for the end. And fortunately, we were able to do that and come home with a 11th place finish.
As you reflect back over the course of this season, you told me back at Wayne County that your goal was to win more races than you did last year. You've done that now. What will stand out to you the most as you look back over 2023?
I'd say as a single race, that Wake race was a really big deal for us. We were starting 18th out of 21 in that race, and by halfway point we were leading on that little quarter mile. So that was a place I'd never been to, and I thought that was pretty cool. So it just goes to show how good of a team and how good of a car I get week in and week out to be able to drive to the end, from the back to the front there of that race. But winning 3 races in a row was a really big deal at the start of the season, and I think that kind of got us out to a pretty good points lead, and kind of made us to where it was able to just ride it out and get some more wins, but just have good, consistent finishes.
Last question. Do you have anything locked down for next season?
I'm still running this car. As far as I know, I'm still in this ride. So I'm really excited to come back to the Cars Tour next year and run a handful of races, non-Cars Tour. So obviously, just like anybody trying to work on stuff for next year, but just not too sure other than running these things pretty much full time.
Thank you. Here with Brenden Queen, winner of the 2023 North-South Shootout with the Cars Tour. First of all, congratulations on your 4th win of the season. Unfortunately, not quite enough to capture the championship. So as you reflect back on your first full-time season with the series, 4 wins, 6 poles, what will stand out the most to you?
Just the fun I had, getting to drive these fast cars. I got to go do something I dreamed of my whole life and never had the budget to do it. Best Repair Company made it happen. Lee Pulliam gave me a shot with his cars. I had so much fun, and I felt like, we were right there with the 8 car most of the year, except the early part where I struggled at some of these tracks, and I just learned. Every week was a learning week for me, and I just tried to be better each time I showed up, and this last half of the year has been amazing.
I want to talk about today's race specifically. Obviously, you knew what you had to do. You had to lead the most laps. You had to win the race. You did that, knowing you did everything you could. Are you content with the results?
I'm just so content. I did all I could, and that's all you can ask for.
Now that you've ended the season on such a hot streak, obviously earlier this week you announced you will be back with Lee Pulliam Performance in 2024. Riding this momentum into the beginning of next season, how confident are you to start off on the right foot?
I'm so ready. I can't wait for March to get here. We got a couple of unfinished races this year we got to go do, but we'll be ready when the season rolls around.
Obviously, we lead into the South Carolina 400 at the end of the month. How excited are you for that race?
Super excited to go down there and have a shot to defend my title, and man, it's a fun track, low grip racing, and I know we'll have a fast car when we get there.
And obviously, one more question. Headed to Waffle House again. Is the order the same as 2 weeks ago?
Same thing. Chocolate milk, all-star special. We're gonna have a good time in a waffle.
Thank you. Here with Caden Kvapil, officially the 2023 Cars Tour Pro Late Model Series champion. Obviously, we knew coming into this weekend that you had it locked up, and now it is official. What does that mean to you to now join your brother as a Cars Tour champion?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, watching all of his success he's had recently, obviously he's 2 in a row with Junior Roseworth now. It's really cool to be able to get up there with him and get my own. Obviously, last year we came up a little short in the points. We had a couple mechanical failures that put us back in the point standings. So to come out on top with the Highland Motorsports team is really important to me. Obviously, they had really good success last year with Luke Finhouse, and definitely put a little pressure on me going into this year to back them up, and we were able to do that. So I just can't thank them enough. Josh, Sal, Carrie, Wade, everyone for the opportunity to drive their car, along with the rest of the crew for being here every week, busting their tails to give me a great car every race. We obviously had a lot of up and down season. The first half of the year we didn't really go as how we wanted it to. We barely could get a good finish. We had a couple mechanical failures that put us back in points, but the last half of the year we really flicked off some good finishes and were able to come back and get the lead going into the last one, obviously, and finish it off tonight with a good second place finish. Obviously, we wanted to win really bad. We had a really good piece, but we just got a little too free at the end, and Caden Honeycutt was able to get around us, but still an overall good night for us, and I'm proud of the whole team for all the efforts they gave us this year.
So obviously, in the joint pro late model stock car mini series, the Keen Parts Challenge, you beat your brother today. How does that feel to have a little bit of bragging rights over Carson?
Yeah, like you said, definitely I get some bragging rights over him. He always had that little, I guess, bragging rights against me when we raced outlaw carts and stuff together. He was obviously probably a little better than me. He was a couple more years in it, so he always would brag about beating me. He beat me with a couple laps to go a couple times, so feels good to be able to beat him, and now I can rub it in his face a little bit. Really cool to be able to be a part of that Keen Cup Challenge. Obviously, Tom and TJ Keen, they've been a big support of me and my brother since we started racing. They sponsored me ever since I've been here racing when I was 8 years old, so it's really cool to be able to win it for them. I can't thank them enough for putting on this little mini series for us to racing. Super competitive too between the two classes, so it's really cool.
And last question, as we move into 2024, do you have any news on what your plans are going to be?
I'm not 100% locked in yet, but I'm pretty sure we're going to try to run mostly super stuff next year. Super late model shows, either it's in the ASA series or just big races around the country. We're going to run that mostly, I'm pretty sure, and then on off weekends we have our pro cars at home, and we might the Cars Tour races and then hit a few that we can. Just more seat time the better, so hopefully we can run mostly supers. We'll have a couple pro races too that we'll be running, so that's what I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be a fun year.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Here with Joey Couter at the Cars Tour finale at Caraway Speedway. Joey, not racing today, so first of all, tell us what brought you out here, and then for those that don't know, tell us what you're up to these days in the racing world.
So we came out here with our Randy Renfro race cars, Couter Motorsports #2 Pro Late Model. My wife Jessica was actually going to race and learned the track, got used to the car, was running really good, and then last lap of practice, the motor blew up, and that ended our weekend. But we're going to hang out, watch some racing, let her learn some more, and then come back and try it again another week. But wanted to come out here and watch the tour mods too. We've been doing a lot of tour mod racing with the Smart Series, a little bit of wheeling stuff here and there this year, and just wanted to watch it, see how it goes, have a little bit of fun, and get regrouped and come back again next year.
So that being said, obviously you're pretty involved in the modified world. Here with the joint event with the Cars Tour, would you ever want to jump in a late model stock car?
Oh yeah, I'd do it again. I actually, when I started Hooters Pro Cup racing, that's how I met Randy Renfro. I ran late model stocks for a couple years, and then moved on to some super stuff, and then got in the ARCA series. So I'd love to get back in one, just because the cars have evolved so much since the last time I raced them. They're putting on a great show. Cars Tour is doing an awesome job, and they're fun, man. There's so many racetracks around here that just put on great shows with those cars. I've heard rumors of what the schedules might be, and I'm super excited to see if they all come true. It's going to be an exciting 2024, I think.
And one more question. So it's been swirling around. Dale Jr. loves to bring people back to NASCAR. So if the opportunity presented itself, would you ever want to do some truck stuff? starts again?
Oh yeah, I'd dive back into any of those cars in a heartbeat. I'm one of those people that I've always looked up to guys like, you know, Kevin Harvick and Tony Stewart that can get in anything and just race and be good at it. So I'm never going to say no to a seat if I can get in one. But it's hard to come up with that kind of money and make that stuff work, but I do it in a heartbeat.
And I'll actually add a bonus question. So, did you watch the Truck Series finale last night?
I didn't catch it. I was trying to round up a motor for Jessica's car to see if we could make today work out, but I caught a couple of the highlights, and I forget who said it, but I saw a post or a quote or something, but it's not what racing's supposed to be. Like, the generation of racing right now, they haven't learned the way that I learned from guys like the Hornadays, the Bodines, the Harvicks, and that's what's going to fix the sport, is teaching these kids how to race with respect. And I think having guys like Harvick and Junior run the series and help make those kind of calls is just going to produce a better quality racer at the end of the day, I think.
Thanks, Joey.
Hi, this is Steven Stumpf. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Check out the 2 videos beside me, and for more racing content, visit frontstretch.com.